In Stratford, Ontario, on March 1, 1994, a young woman named Pattie Mallette stood at a crossroads that would define her life. A teen, barely 18, and facing an overwhelming future, she found herself in a situation that many would find unimaginable. She was pregnant, alone, and struggling with the weight of the world on her shoulders. The father of the child had left, her family's support was thin, and every day seemed like an insurmountable challenge. There were moments dark, desperate moments when Pattie wondered if she should keep the baby at all. But something always held her back, an inexplicable force that whispered hope into her ear when all seemed lost. That baby was born on a chilly March morning, crying loudly into the world, and Pattie named him Justin Drew Bieber. Little did anyone know that this child, raised by a single mother in a small town in Canada, would one day become one of the most famous pop stars on the planet. Justin grew up in a modest home, raised by Pattie, who did everything she could to provide for him. Their life wasn't easy, far from it. Pattie worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, often relying on food banks and community support to get through tough times. But despite the hardships, their home was filled with love and music. From a young age, Justin showed an extraordinary talent for music. His mother noticed it first when, as a toddler, he would drum on pots and pans, creating rhythms that seemed far too sophisticated for his age. Pattie encouraged his talent, but with limited resources. It wasn't always easy to give Justin everything he needed to nurture his gift. At age 12, Justin entered a local singing competition. He didn't have professional training, nor did he expect much, but he sent everyone with his raw talent and soulful voice. Pattie, proud of her son, recorded his performance and uploaded it to YouTube to share with friends and family. That simple act of mother's pride in her son was the beginning of something neither of them could have ever anticipated. One day, a talent manager named Scooter Brown stumbled across one of Justin's YouTube videos by accident. He was immediately struck by the boy's charisma, voice, and potential. After tracking down Pattie and Justin, Scooter made the decision that would change Justin's life forever. He would bring this small-town boy to the big leagues. At 13, Justin moved to Atlanta, Georgia, with his mother, where he would meet Usher, a major force in the music industry, who also recognized Justin's star potential. With the guidance of Usher and Scooter, Justin signed his first recording contract with Island Records. But fame didn't come overnight. It took hours in the studio, relentless practice, and the pressure of knowing that everything hinged on whether or not the world would embrace this young Canadian boy. And embrace him they did. In 2009, Justin released his first single, One Time, which quickly climbed the charts. Soon after, his debut album My World followed, solidifying him as a teen sensation. As Justin's fame skyrocketed, so did the scrutiny and pressure. He became a global phenomenon almost overnight, a heartthrob for millions of fans around the world. His fan base, affectionately known as Beliebers, grew into one of the most dedicated fan armies in the world. By 16, Justin had already released his second album, My World 2.0, which included his now iconic song Baby. But with fame came a new set of challenges. Justin was no longer just a boy from Stratford. He was a global superstar, constantly in the spotlight. Every move he made, every word he spoke, was dissected by the media. Paparazzi followed him relentlessly, and the pressures of fame began to weigh on him. He was still just a teenager trying to navigate life, relationships, and his identity, all while living under a microscope. One of the most publicized aspects of Justin's life has been his love relationships, most notably his on-again, off-again relationship with fellow singer and actress Selena Gomez. Their love story was a whirlwind filled with passion, heartbreak, and reconciliation. To many, they were the perfect Hollywood couple, but behind the scenes, the pressures of fame and personal struggles made their relationship incredibly challenging. Despite their love for each other, Justin and Selena eventually parted ways, and Justin faced a period of deep reflection. It was during this time that he began to grapple with the darker side of fame, the loneliness, the mistakes, and the public perception that seemed to overshadow who he truly was. Justin's journey to adulthood was far from smooth. As he tried to reconcile the demands of being a global superstar with his own personal growth, he found himself in the midst of several controversies. His behavior, at times reckless and immature, made headlines. There were incidents of public outbursts, arrests, and a growing concern that Justin was spiraling out of control. The media portrayed him as another young star who had fallen victim to the pressures of fame. But beneath the tabloid headlines, Justin was battling something far deeper. He struggled with anxiety, depression, and the overwhelming burden of living up to the expectations placed upon him. He admitted to turning to substances as a way to cope with the weight of it all. It was a dark period in his life, one that threatened to consume him. Yet, Justin's story didn't end there. With the support of those closest to him, including his faith, he began a journey of healing and redemption. He sought therapy, turned to his spirituality, and focused on his mental health. Slowly but surely, he started to rebuild his life, both personally and professionally. In 2018, Justin surprised the world when he married Hailey Baldwin, a model and the daughter of actor Stephen Baldwin. Their love story was one of faith, commitment, and redemption. Hailey stood by Justin's side as he worked through his demons, offering him unwavering support and love. Together, they became a beacon of hope, showing the world that even in the face of darkness, love and faith could bring healing. In recent years, Justin has made a triumphant return to music with albums like Changes and Justice. His music now reflects a deeper, more mature perspective, drawing from his personal experiences, struggles, and triumphs. He no longer seeks to be just a pop icon. He wants to be a voice of hope, healing, and inspiration for his fans. Through it all, Justin has remained grounded in his love for music and his connection with his fans. He's a testament to resilience, a symbol of how even the brightest stars can falter. But with determination and the right support, they can rise again. Today, Justin Bieber's net worth is estimated to be over $300 million. He owns luxurious homes, a collection of cars, and lives a life that many can only dream of. But for Justin, these material possessions are secondary. What matters most to him now is his family, his faith, and his music. He often shares with fans how grateful he is for the life he leads and how he strives to use his platform for good. Justin Bieber's story is one of extraordinary talent, meteoric fame, heartbreak, redemption, and growth. He went from being a small-town boy in Canada to one of the most recognizable faces in the world. But behind the fame and fortune lies a deeply personal story of struggle, vulnerability, and a young man's desire to find peace in a world that often seemed overwhelming. His journey isn't over, as Justin continues to evolve, both as an artist and as a person. The world watches with anticipation. His life, once defined by the glare of the spotlight, is now guided by a deeper sense of purpose and love. From the boy who almost never was to the man who conquered the world, Justin Bieber's story is one of the greatest tales of perseverance and hope in the modern music industry.